Hey, howdy, hey, how is everybody doing? And welcome back to Disney Daily. Inside Out hit the theaters in 2015 and was an instant success. The story follows happy and goofy 11-year-old Riley, who was forced to move from her small town to a big city. The big move forces her emotions to try and guide her through this difficult period of her life as best as they can. With the help of mostly joy and sadness, there is a happy ending for Riley. However, there are so many questions I have in regards to this movie, and a lot of them involve the emotions. In today's video, I attempt to answer the question, how did sadness change memories and turn them blue? Now, I have two parts to my theory. The first is quite straightforward and easy to follow. You see, I don't think sadness was changing the memory or manipulating it or assigning it a new emotion. I do, however, believe those memories were just being seen through a different filter or a different colored lens, if you will. And in this case, it's a sad and blue one. Riley is seeing what she wants to based on her frame of mind. To illustrate this, here's an example from the movie. When Riley tries to reflect on the moment with her parents near the giant dinosaur, it is initially a happy memory, but as soon as sadness touches it, Riley's mood changes. Now, this isn't because sadness changed the memory or the emotion associated with it. Sadness is just the state of mind that Riley is currently experiencing. So memories that would normally bring her happiness aren't able to have that same effect. Now, you are probably wondering, why don't those memories have the same effect? I mean, after all, they are the same memories. Well, that brings me to the second part to my theory, which is that I believe this is the first time Riley and sadness are experiencing psychological trauma. You see, Riley is young and impressionable at the time of her giant move to San Francisco. Her whole life is turned upside down, and because she is still a kid, she cannot conceptualize that things will get better. For kids, it is harder to see the bigger picture and understand that change can be good and life goes on, even after you move to a new home. As the movie goes on, we see Riley having more and more trouble trying to maintain her happy girl facade. And that, I believe, is because trauma is kicking in. There is an inner trauma brewing inside of her caused by all the new aspects in her life. You see, trauma is typically associated with one main emotion, or at least one main emotion comes to mind, and that is sadness. Riley is experiencing trauma for the first time in her life, so that could explain why sadness starts impulsively trying to touch or grab Riley's memories. Sadness's breakdown, as she calls it, is involuntary and unknown to all of the emotions. None of the emotions can explain what's going on because they have never experienced it with Riley before. Now, to go a little deeper, trauma is defined as a response to a deeply distressing or disturbing event that overwhelms an individual's ability to cope, causes feelings of helplessness, diminishes their sense of self, and their ability to feel the full range of emotions and experiences, all of which is applicable to Riley. In particular, I want to zone in on a couple different parts to this definition. The first is diminishing sense of self. This is clearly demonstrated when Riley's islands of personality start to one by one shut down. She is starting to lose her sense of self and what defines her. Additionally, the range of emotions start to diminish. She becomes more and more empty and removed and stops enjoying things that she normally would. And lastly, her feelings of helplessness lead her to eventually try and run away. So in conclusion, sadness is only able to change the color of a memory based on Riley's frame of mind. And I think this could actually be applicable to any of the emotions. Well, that concludes this episode of Disney Daily. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And my question for you all is, who is your favorite character from Inside Out? As always, thanks for being my guest here at Disney Daily. Until next time.